You may have noticed in those numbers a little bit of an aging of the population here. I mean, the share of those 60 and above at 18.7%. That compares to 13.3% in 2010. And also that age bracket of 15 to 59-year-olds at 63.4% of the population compared to 70% previously. And I just wonder if this has any implications as you see it from an investment perspective.
Yeah, I think that will justify further focus on tech stock technology development in the sector and on the equity side, because apparently that with a more people who are at the older age, actually the efficiency that brings through the technology development will be very helpful to their quality of life. And it's the type of trend that we have the increase in the quality of life in China, and the technology sector improvement, AI, all these things will be very useful for supporting aging populations.
Okay, and that makes sense certainly from a longer-term perspective, a long-term outlook for the tech sector. I guess in the here and now, though, the fear for tech in China has really been on the regulatory side. Though we spoke to a guest earlier on saying that perhaps some of those fears have been overdone. What do you think?
Well, I think in the short term, I mean, we will see. After the longer term, you will see as a noise in the short term, and because on the medium term, for instance, we will still focus on growth, and then there's an opportunity with this type of situation in the market. It will be supportive for the analysts, for the fund managers to focus on the earnings revision over the longer term, and then choose the value stock that they can invest in the growth sector.
Are you also looking at the rotation trade where you're getting out of growth into value, or is the sell-off in techs that we're seeing globally essentially a buy on dip strategy?
Yeah, I think it's more like because in the past year and the first 2 months of this year as well, the growth factor is very strong, and I say that will be then if you focus on growth only, then you're already winning and did really well. But now moving forward for the rest of the year, there will be more balance in terms of the performance of the style or factors. Say growth and value is become more balanced. So I think the direction is rather than being too extreme to overweight on growth only, one has to be very sensitive about market valuations or at the individual stock selection level. That is very important to look at the earnings and actual valuations moving forward, rather than just focus on some strong buyers on growth. But that we still focus on growth.